That is one ugly baby. Today we're taking a look at Hiya Toys Exquisite Mini, Alien Resurrection, The Newborn. Welcome back. So the newborn alien, one of the more interesting ideas from Alien Resurrection, didn't really get a whole lot of screen time in the film, but it is kind of a memorable creature design. Kind of a weird amalgamation between a human and an alien, so that's interesting. It does look like a pretty interesting figure though. So looking at the packaging, we have our normal Hiya Toys window, and at the back we have pictures of the figure plus some write-up from Hiya Toys. Now before we get this guy open, I'd like to ask you to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. It really does help me out and helps spread the video for other people to see how cool these figures are. So let's get him out of the packaging and see how he looks. So we have the newborn out of this packaging, and we do have him on the stand here because he is very difficult to get to stand up. But we'll measure him up first. As you can see, he stands about 5.5 inches tall, or about 14 centimeters. And here's the newborn next to the lead Alien Resurrection Warrior I already reviewed, so you can get a size comparison here, and I do think that this guy is undersized. You can kind of straighten him out a little bit, but he's such a nightmare to get to stand. I have spent most of this review here just picking him up and trying to put him on. Even on the stand, he wants to lean back, so yeah, he is a little small, but given the character and the popularity of the film, I don't think they'd really be justified in going to a much more expensive figure. He's not crazy small, but you know, he is undersized compared to how he is in the film. And here we have the newborn next to another bigger alien variation. Here's the Predator from AVPR. So you can see the Predator is actually a little bit bigger than the newborn. Again, in the film, I think the newborn is quite a bit bigger than him, but it is what it is. Turning to accessories, we do have the Hiya Toys base here with the peg. Using these two clips, you can attach it to any of these little grooves along the side here and attach to another Hiya Toys base, and I highly recommend attaching it to another Hiya Toys base if you do have it. This will add a little bit more weight and support for the base here, because just this on its own is not enough to hold the figure down given the weight of its head. So yeah, anything you can do to kind of weigh this down will help with keeping the figure standing. The only other accessories we get are another pair of hands. These in more gripping attack claw-like. Getting a close-up look at the newborn, I think this is actually one of Hiya Toys' best figures so far in terms of sculpt and detail and paintwork on it. I really like the way they've captured the face here. You can see there's a lot of life in those eyes. In the film, it was kind of a sympathetic character, and I think the figure gets that really well with those eyes. They're very human compared to the rest of the design. Really interesting. All kinds of sculpt detail just kind of picked out in different paints. This kind of reddish color, like their open wounds and stuff like that. Really interesting. The jaw is articulated. You can see nothing really going on in there, just some red in the mouth. I am glad they went with the more angry look for him and not the more childlike meowing that it does in the film. He's got his saggy chest there. As we go down to his stomach, a little bit of blood in that just coming around there. I know in the making of the film they said that this actually had sex organs for both genders combined into one, and they had to digitally erase them at the request of this. Moving down to his stomach here, he's got this kind of open wound here, bloody wound there. I know in the making of for the film they said that they had designed the creature with both male and female sex organs here, and they had to digitally erased that at the request of the studio because it was too disturbing, so I don't know if that's a leftover from that or not. Really kind of gross looking. See, we do have translucent holes there in his legs and going around. Like with the xenomorphs, you've got the kind of animal-like legs here. Really weird proportions on him. Just looks wrong. Kind of fused back here, like a hunchback. A little bit of darker paint there. And he does have the peg holes on the bottom of his feet, and you will need them. So yeah, I'm really impressed with all the detail they put into this guy, and even though the paint is kind of simple, I think the color they chose is really good. It's sickly looking in that, and I really like those eyes. So expressive. This is probably not everyone's favorite character, but they really did go out of their way to do a good job of making this figure. Turning to articulation, the head is not articulated at all because of the way the head is designed. It's fused into the shoulders there. As mentioned, the jaw does open. There is no inner jaw or anything like that that pops out. The arm is able to raise up really well. And it of course does rotate all the way around. As far as the elbows go, you just get a single bend, not very good. The hands are on a ball peg. You do get really good movement in the abdomen there. You can go back, forward, of course side to side, and does hula dance. Like with the xenomorphs, the legs kind of rotate out like this. They do look a little bit gappy if you have them like that. So you're going to want to kind of keep them posed with the hip bones as close to the pelvis as possible. But he is able to get a good range of movement out of them. We do have a double bend knee. And then this knee, we've got a little bit straightened out like that. And then the foot does rotate. As mentioned, he is very difficult to get to stand because his legs are so spindly, and this top part here is very heavy, so he kind of wants to go back. I've had quite a bit of challenge getting him to stand up for the shots in this video, and I think this will be a figure that I'll have to pick up a lot. I might get some blue tack or something like that, stick it on the bottom of the base and attach his feet, both feet, with blue tack just to kind of hold him up, because I don't think he will stand on his own. So the newborn alien wasn't my most anticipated figure, but I'm actually really impressed with how he turned out. Hiya Toys has really captured the expression in his face really well. You get a lot of sympathy with those eyes. There's a lot of emotion behind them that we really haven't seen in any of the other Hiya Toys figures. The predators are kind of alien and stuff like that. And even Ripley, you didn't get a lot of emotion across in those eyes, but you really do get that here. I really like the paintwork that they've done in it, just kind of highlighting different areas and stuff like that. There is a lot of variation in it, even though it is one primary color, and I really like the color they chose for him. It's very sickly and kind of diseased and stuff like that. I just wish he was a little bit easier to stand. But other than that, I'm really impressed with this guy. And I think he's an interesting variation on the xenomorph. Fits in well with the, there we go, falling over, with something like the neomorph or the deacon, if they ever decide to do that from Alien Covenant. But yeah, I really like this guy, and he was the same price as a normal Hiya Toys figure, even though he is a little bit bigger than that. So that's good that they didn't charge extra for a slightly bigger figure. I have reviewed many Alien and Predator figures, and I have many more to come, so be sure to be on the lookout for those. For right now, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.